everything
within my ability to uphold the sanctity of this oath and ensure that Urhobo kings and people get the best from the activities of oil companies and their associates operating in Urhobo land. So help me God.
Hello viewers, welcome to Rero TV. My name is Rume, and today we are live at the Palace of the Orojo of Okpe in Rero community, Okpe local government area of Delta State, where the inauguration of the Palace team representatives is taking place. The report.
The Council of Traditional Rulers of Urhobo Nation has inaugurated the Urhobo Palace Representative Pressure Group on Oil and Gas. The group, made up of one representative each from the 24 kingdoms in Urhobo land, was inaugurated on Friday, 5th September 2025 at the Palace of the Orojo of Okpe Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Ure I in Okpe, and saw the presence of kings from different kingdoms that makes up the Urhobo Nation. The Urhobo Palace Rep on Oil and Gas is a pressure group formed to act as a bridge between the oil companies operating in Urhobo land and communities in order to create an equitable representation of the Urhobo people in such companies in areas of staffing, empowerment, community projects, and more. The group is to be headed by Chief Wisin Ejede, and in their address, the Oroji of Okpe Kingdom, the Ovi of Ugele Kingdom, and the Okobaro of Ugewe Kingdom lamented the alleged marginalization of Urhobos in the companies before the Ovi of Ijere Kingdom rounded off with an agreed communique by the monarchs.
You cannot be seen to go to places, go to your company. My company are operating my kingdom from monarchy. I don't even know the office. Yeah. The way you know. Very I had the they were shitting us before. The PIA came to worsen the situation. Before the PIA, we are getting crumbs. But the PIA had removed the crumbs from the traditional institution. Even what we call in those days, we call a pattern community. The PIA had removed them, they don't recognize them. Even when the trustees are saying in their project they will want to do some project for the palace. They say the PIA doesn't recognize that. How? Oh, I'm not to Tana.
We saw that we are being cheated. We are saying that enough is enough, simply because you cannot come to extract oil from our kingdom without recognizing the people in that kingdom. We get to understand that federal government should talk to them so that they should recognize those that they are operating in their kingdom. Since they are not doing so, we have decided to put a body in place called a pressure group to at least fight for us. The suffering is too much in us. We cannot say in the river and there is soap in my eye or soap in your eye, there's no water to wash face.
All we are saying, let there be a change to the narrative. We, seated here, have identified a colossal cheating on us, the Urhobo nation. How do you expect that in a company that is breeding millions of dollars, billions of naira, indigenous will not be management staff of that company? It is an aberration. How do you expect that the company will be operating at the nose of the palace? They will not respond to the request of the king. And so, without talking too much, we have come to total agreement that this body, within the ambient of the law, should take up the cause and straighten the narrative as is necessary with other nations and kingdoms.
I'm His Royal Majesty King Obukobo Monday Whiskey. I am the spokesperson of the Urhobo traditional rulers. This meeting is called principally to first thank the federal government for putting in place the PIA, and secondly, to openly complain that the PIA that we thought was a saving grace is even a worse situation. Urhobo Nation, with well over 28 flow stations and over 600 oil wells, and the largest gas plant in Black Sahara Africa, we desire more attention than we are seeing today. We want to use this opportunity to tell the oil companies and gas companies working in Urhobo Nation that the years of tying down the money due Urhobo Nation for project, our patience is out. And we also want to state categorically that no agency, no oil company, not even the federal government, will deliberately undermine the position of the traditional rulers in any given kingdom. This meeting is not intended to take power from the people that have already been constituted into the PIA committees or CDC chairmen or oil producing communities, but to ensure that the right things are done at the right time, and to see that the right and privileges that is due Urhobo Nation are extended as quickly as possible. We also want to place it on record that on the issue of employment, Urhobo desire managerial positions in the oil companies that work in Urhobo land. We also desire managerial positions in the gas multinational that operates in Urhobo Nation. As obtained in other world, as obtained in other kingdoms, in other nations, you cannot be my tenant and you decide for me where to employ people. There is a local content policy that has been enacted by the federal government that says 20% of your employment, 20% of your contract, 20% of your should be carried out in your areas of operation. What we have today is less than 2%. On behalf of the peace-loving royal fathers of Urhobo Nation and the chairman of the Delta State Council of Traditional Rulers, we believe that this committee that has been set up has the capacity and they will have the tenacity to do what the laws will not allow us to do for ourselves. Engage with oil companies. Of course, you know that they have a very good strategy. Divide the people, rule the people. In those days, we think those eras are gone. The eras of paying money to kingdoms, and the kingdoms don't even know how much. We think that is criminal, we think that is deliberate, and we think it has to stop. The intention of the federal government was never, and I believe very strongly, for the oil companies to load it over the producing community. You cannot tell us that because we now have a PIA, your corporate social responsibility has been abrogated, your duties to palaces of Urhobo nations have been abrogated. Well, who does that? So we strongly believe that the oil companies need to wake up to their social corporate responsibility. They know what to do. And if they don't do so, this committee has the capacity to interface so that in a due course, the Urhobo nation will be better for it, the Nigeria country will be better for it, and we know that with God helping us, we can achieve better. Thank you and God bless.
Speaking to newsmen, Chief Wisin Ejede and other members of the newly inaugurated body spoke on the task given to them and the promise to carry it out to the best interest of Urhobo people.
My name is Chief Wisin Ejede. I'm the chairman of this committee. The committee is Urhobo Palace Rep on oil and gas. The mandate is to bridge the gap between the oil company, other companies operating in Urhobo land, and the community. There is dichotomy between the community and the oil company. So the royal father, in their own wisdom, bring us together so we can interface and bridge the gap. So there will be peace in our land and there will be job opportunity in our land.
So take us through what has been the bottlenecks over the years that necessitated the birth of this committee.
The PIA done a lot of, I think there's a bridge between the community and the host community and the main, which is the local government or the palaces, you understand, and is a lot. We'll be talking and talking and talking. It's like no one is listening to us, and our royal fathers cannot, move out from their palace and agitate for this kind of thing. So they have to call us, the children, come out, go out and make noise over this thing. Let the oil company and the federal government or the state government give us listening ear. It's just to create job opportunity for our people.
I'm Lucky Good, an energy expert. I represent Okpe Kingdom in this committee. The bottlenecks, as you know, is naked to the blind. Like issues around the funding, 3% stake to communities, the release of these funds, nobody know the parameters at which, or by which, if you like, these companies are defraying it. Now they just dump money somewhere in account. Nobody knows how they arrive at that figure. That's a concern. Now, there's also non-release of these monies is also a big concern. Then kingdom projects that they are not undertaking, they are not capturing, is a big concern. And other array of issues. You know, the issues are so huge. We have a retinue of them. So they are much. So we are in this committee to fight for our people. It's normal.
My name is Ige Ashemudara. I'm a lawyer and a consultant to the committee. There's no conflict between the setting up of this committee and the PIA. Now, PIA in section 235 has mandated the establishment of the host community trust fund to which monies will be lodged for the benefit of the host community. So, this committee, in its own, how do I put it now? Its own focus is basically one to get to engage the oil companies first to fulfill their mandates under the provisions of the PIA regarding the host community fund, because there have been complaints that up to now, this is the third or fourth year since the PIA has been passed. The Urhobo communities, I don't know if any other one, have not gotten anything from the host community front. And beside that, the passage of the PIA and the introduction of the host communities trust fund has not in any way taken away the responsibilities of the oil companies to the oil-bearing kingdoms for in terms of corporate social responsibility, because that will never be legislated anywhere. And beside that, the traditional rulers of these oil-producing communities are saying that they seem to have been sidelined, seem to have been forgotten by the oil companies. They are also complaining about some other responsibility in terms of employment of their children, indigenes that are competent and qualified to hold the positions in the oil and gas companies operating here. They are complaining about developmental projects. They are complaining about such other corporate social responsibility issues. So it's just a committee to engage the oil companies operating within these kingdoms, these Urhobo kingdoms, in order to get the dividends of oil production in their communities.
My name is Rero Henry Akbos, and this is Rero TV. Thank you for watching.